The Saints coming back. Tom Benson, where you at? There we go.
Yeah, welcome back, baby. Welcome back. It look like the Saints pick is in. Welcome back. Yeah. It's Inside the Trenches. This your host, Marlon Favorite, right? We here live at Uptown Sports Social. And the Saints pick is in, baby, as we're getting ready for New Orleans selection. It's Inside the Trenches. I'm your host, Marlon Favorite, right? Joining me right now is that boy, Fred.
That is.
We got CL Nola in the building.
Oh, yeah.
And this segment is brought to you guys by Uptown Sports Social. That's 3218 Magazine Street right here in New Orleans, Louisiana. Fellas, the big question, what are the Saints about to do? Are they going to get an offensive lineman? Are they going to go best available? Will we see Brian Thomas Jr.?
I wouldn't mind them getting, at this point, knowing that the best two left tackles are gone, and all the rest of the tackles are right tackles left, I wouldn't mind them getting one of the defensive ends and then trading back up with the fives, trading back up.
So you willing to break the streak and take the first defensive player off the board?
I mean, who would have knew that Jared Verse would drop to 14? Come on, man. I couldn't even have predicted that.
He's willing to break the streak, folks.
But if not, and we go with the solid tackle, it's Guyton from Oklahoma for me.
I don't know, man. I feel like there's an SEC talented lineman on the board in Amiris Means. I am going to get him, no doubt. Fred.
I think the tackle out of Washington.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Tackle out of
That's what I
Washington.
said yesterday.
Troy
Fassanu. Out of Washington. That's what I'll select.
Fontanu, I think. So I think these are good deals. CL saying best available. You wouldn't be mad at a Guyton.
Yeah.
Brian Thomas might come off the board.
LSU?
Amir.
It Saints?
At the rate it's going now. And it looks like the pick is in.
That'll be a record.
Goodell is walking to the board. All right, Uptown Sports Social, y'all get ready. The Saints pick is in. Get ready to make some noise.
I get a little nervous around this time.
Oh, yeah.
It's a tackle.
Definitely, yes. And look, one of the best tackles. The Saints do it again, baby. The same way they did it last year, getting Brian Bruzy. This kid that they bringing in is a straight dog. And Tassel Fungu. By the way, the names in this year's draft is off the chain. But CL, they attacked the knee right away.
Yes, they did. And you know, like I said, once the emergence of Hurst retiring, we didn't have the option of going with best available. You know, we all have our wish list and our dream list, but the dire need for the New Orleans Saints was offensive tackle, and they got their Samoan, pretty big guy.
I want to send a public apology to Ross Jackson. We were supposed to hit Ross up to come on the show,
Ross.
but I will give him his credit. This was one of the guys he mentioned, 6'5", 320 pounds. Hey, for our folks listening, I'll try to give the best description I can.
Right.
But for our folks here watching watching the draft, this kid is massive. He's big. He has everything you look for in an offensive lineman in terms of speed and size. Finishing through the block, playing with good technique. He has the athleticism, quick feet, quick hands, just to give you guys a description.
But here's the question for you, Big Fave. He's a right tackle, not a left tackle. The concern on the O-line is left tackle, not right tackle. Can he play left tackle? Because we know who's the right tackle. It's Ryan Ramczyk.
Let me tackle that.
Well, hold on real quick. I think it's easy to swap. I don't think it'll be a bad job to swap.
Well, I think that if we don't want to make it more difficult than it's already been, we leave him at right tackle and we make Penning with this new offensive coordinator, this new O-line coach. We're going to make Penning play left tackle.
Good luck.
Yeah. we don't need it against Atlanta because they ain't got nobody to get no pressure on the quarterback, so we should be good with them.
All right, let's put it all together. I'm going to pull up the Saints' depth chart. Now we have another guy who's going to come in and be the immediate starter. I do think this is an upgrade from Penning. This kid has more athleticism. And look at the Saints. Look, they look like they're excited. Somewhat excited.
They somewhat. They got. This is my position. This is my fandom. I think the guy they wanted was selected before they got to the clock.
Yeah,
I think that
Olu
Fashanu, the guy out of Penn State who they really wanted to take. Yep. To me, he was off the board. He was selected. They selected the next best thing. And I'm not saying they're not excited about the pick. I'm not saying they're not happy about their pick. But the guy that they really wanted was already off the board.
True.
And to me, they selected a right tackle versus a left tackle. The question is, Ryan Ramczyk is coming off an injury. This is the guy that could come in here and get you some snaps, maybe play this. Saints are known for playing that swing tackle situation prior to getting somebody starting. They've done that a lot, and he could probably do that. The question mark still remains. The void at left tackle still remains.
So, CL, I have it right here. I'm going through the Saints starters.
Come on.
Eric McCoy at center.
Yep.
You have Cesar Ruiz. Now, check this out. Before the draft, and this is when James Hurst retired, they did move Ali Andu to starting left guard, moving Trevor Penning to left tackle. I think we start off this training camp with this young man we just drafted at the right tackle position. We're going to put Talis Fangu. Talis, I hope I got your name right. We're going to get you on the show, and you can break it down in as many syllables as you want to for us. Right. But he's at right tackle. Cesar Ruiz at right guard. Center, you have Eric McCoy. You will have Olu Angu at the left tackle, and then Trevor Penning at the left guard. See, he's just going to have to be our left guard.
I think we're going to give Penning a chance to show and prove that he can play left tackle. We didn't do him any favors last year, him coming off an injury, or we forcing him to play left tackle when he possibly wasn't ready. We can put the new rookie probably at right guard and let Penning play left tackle. Because don't forget, we did draft a guard last year in Nick from Old Dominion.
Old Dominion. Now hold on. Which he's a guy that could come in and contribute. I got two things I want to point out.
Come on.
Talking about being unbothered. I just saw Dallas Turner eating a bag of Dorito chips as he's just waiting for his name to call. So I think they're going to probably call him with the coach just because he looks so comfortable. Like he knows something we don't know.
What?
But I have a question for you, though, Fred. Now that Ryan Ramczyk is not, it looks like he's not going to be ready at the start of the season. Do you feel like the Saints in the second round may go back and get another offensive lineman? Or do they go wide receiver or something?
I think they go safety. Safety is a question mark for the Saints defense. When you start looking at the depth at safety, you got Tyrann Mathieu, and you had the second round pick that we drafted out of Minnesota last year. We got J.T. Gray. Those are the guys, and Jonathan Abrams, a former first-round pick out of Mississippi State. That's the depth at safety. The depth at safety is limited. So, to me, day two, if you look at the Saints, you have to address the need at safety.
I think they'll address safety a little bit later. I think the second round is a little bit too rich for a safety, considering we re-signed Abrams and Amari.
Consider this: all the defensive players that have not been selected yet in the first that are going to consider falling to the second, because we're still on the clock right now, CL, and we haven't had a defensive player selected.
That's okay. Well, you won't have one. You might have one here, but I wouldn't
Brian
be
Thomas
surprised.
may go 15 to the Colts.
Exactly.
On a cool, but they need a defender.
But who would have knew that Dallas Turner would still be available? I mean, the Colts have Buckner. They have Buckner on that D line, but Freeney is gone and Mathis is gone. They could use a Dallas Turner.
The streak continues.
Oh, man, the coach, y'all, I don't know, y'all. I do
it's
believe
a heavy wide receiver draft.
This will be the first defender coming off the board with the coach, and I do think it is a lineman, an edge rusher. Yeah. We did not see any edge rushers come off this board yet. No D tackles, no corners, no safeties. None of that came off the board.
Nothing.
No interior D lineman, no nothing. And we're about to be at pick 15. I think this is a historical night. I don't think we've ever seen this before. If y'all are just tuning in, it's Inside the Trenches, baby, special edition. We got a couple of more minutes. We're going to talk about the picks coming up. We want y'all to, this is a special night for us, but y'all have to come here every Monday. We're here at Uptown Sports Social, 3218 Magazine Street, right here in New Orleans, Louisiana. Everybody that's in the building, I want y'all to come back and hang out with us. We got to recap the entire draft. Right. And then remember, tomorrow at Small Sliders Marrero, that's 1635 Barataria Boulevard, we'll do a live remove. But let's see who the coach select.
Oh, Jared Verse, whichever one you like.
Defensive end.
Yep.
The first defensive player selected. We waited 15 selections to get the first defensive player off the board.
And he was the more ready defensive end. in this draft. He was the top-rated defensive end in this draft. Technique out the charts, and he's a day one starter.
Is it me or does he look like John B. R&B singer? Now, I am about to sing some R&B songs right after, so that's probably got me thinking like that. But nah, this was one of the best DNs in this draft.
Yes.
We thought it would be like maybe a Dallas Turner or my guy from Florida State, Jared Verse, fall off the board.
Yeah, but it makes sense.
But Fred, it looks like we're going to have a lot of good players in the second round for
Absolutely.
the Saints to choose from.
We're going to have a lot of great selections in the second round for the Saints to probably select from. There's going to be a lot of rich crop come that second round because, again, 14 selections were offensive players in this NFL draft. That definitely has to be an NFL record.
Real quick, I got Cornell Stewart. Big Stu.
Big Stu there.
I got Cornell Stewart here for our last couple of minutes. I want to ask him about our pick here at with the New Orleans Saints. We did go Taslin Fangu out of Oregon State. Cornell was a left tackle at LSU, played on both sides of the ball, won a national championship. He's been watching these guys. I wanted him to take a really good look. You get those headsets right there. But again, here, a well-decorated offensive lineman, one of the top linemen coming out of high school. Cornell he won 2 national championships at LSU in 03 and 07. And he also played in the offense as an offensive tackle for the Saints, for the Giants, Canadian Football League. Stu Chicken, the Saints got him a decent offensive tackle?
Yeah, they got a real good one. I seen also that he's a real good run blocker. On top of that, the main thing I seen the concern was that he
Lift the mic up, put it like mic right there.
It's
Right
good?
there. Perfect.
That's not too close?
That's perfect.
That's perfect. One thing I realized the concern was with the scouts was when I was looking at profile on it was that his arms was kind of short. To me, as an ex-offensive lineman and a defensive lineman, really the length of the arms does not really matter. It's all about the technique of his punch. And when I watched his film, he really moves off defensive defenders off the ball. Sometimes when you look at professional offensive linemen, they don't dig in and really push the man off the ball to get you that 1 or 2 yards push. With this young body, I'm pretty sure he really is going to push them off the ball.
And that's definitely what we needed in New Orleans because we were terrible at running the football last year.
Yeah.
I think several losses
real
was
bad.
accounted because, I mean, if you think of the Green Bay game, the reason why we lost the Green Bay game
We had no push.
And we couldn't finish the game. We couldn't do a 4-minute offense and run the ball and finish the game. So we definitely need a road grader on that line.
I don't know what's going on with the right tackle, Ramchak.
Yeah.
Another thing was they wanted to take this rookie and maybe put him at guard. They said that because how strong his arms are and how good of a punch he has.
Right.
Maybe if you put him on the right side next to Ramchak, you have a running side, a strong side that you can guarantee to run behind. That's going to give you that 2 or 3 yard push, guaranteed.
Well, I think the situation was too that we couldn't have Penning and a rookie on the same side, so we couldn't get a starting left tackle and have a second guy that wasn't all that great. 2 young guys on the same side.
Yeah, that's understandable. That's really understandable. When Ramchak comes back from his injury and he's really doing good, I think, with his experience that he's been there for a while, and an inside punch hand, because he's good with the inside punch. He's not a double hand puncher. Inside punch guy is hard to defend against. So, by that being said, he also will have him next to him, helping him with the experience. You know what I'm saying?
No deal. Well, look, we're gonna go ahead and get on up out of here. Stu, thank you so much for
No
coming
problem.
on.
Thank you, brother.
The Saints pick so late. Thank you for giving us your expert analysis. Hey, y'all stick around. We'll do a quick little performance after. It's Inside the Trenches. We want to thank all our sponsors, Uptown Sports Social, for having us out here again. And we'll be right back tomorrow to talk about the draft. Round 2, baby. For our folks here, y'all hang around, man. I'm going to go ahead and put this show together. Go ahead and have us some fun on the way out. It's Inside the Trenches on ESPN New Orleans.